Who wants to look at Coca Cola? That's an easy one. Nobody can disagree. $71. Again, this is the kind of company, if you're new to doing fundamental research and valuation work, pretty simple company to start with. Probably should start with something like this before you do something complicated, like software or semiconductors or pharma or something like that. They make the syrup. That's it. So I just do Coca Cola Investor Relations, or I can use Godel to do this faster, but I'm going to use this for now. I guess I can just use Godel. Let's see. I guess that's easier. I mean, it is my program after all. I didn't make it the way I wanted to. So I'm just going to move this to my main Coke model. That's it. We're done. No, there's more work to do. This has to be formatted better, but so yeah, these are being put in as values, which is annoying, or as tag. Okay, these are editable in that way, but something about the percentages isn't. Okay, so this is pretty kind of good. You know, saves me a lot of time. You guys watch me plug and chug all day. I might as well do it this way. Only part couple parts I don't like, but we'll fix them. Alt H0 or 9? Alt 9? Alt H0. Oh, that seemed to work, but it doesn't work for the, it doesn't work for the, because I think they're put in as strings instead of number type. I didn't know Excel had types. It's really kind of nuts if you think about it. Pull requests on models are hard, so we'd like to make VC for Excel. I mean, let me think on that. There should be a way to do that better. I think easier to just do a formula anyway. I mean, you don't want a hard-coded number anyway. I don't think we're headed to World War III, but that's not my strength anyway. I don't know. I want to watch that guy 𝗏𝗏, is that his name? He seems fun. I don't watch any streams right now, but like I would watch like 𝗏𝗧. Oh, George Hotz, Steve Wolfram. Like there's a couple white guys I would watch. Black people are just funnier, you know? All right, so there's Coca-Cola. A lot easier to just use the FA command on Godel. And then you don't have to sit there and do what I do all day. You know, and it goes back 10 years, which is kind of nice because you can go back 3 or 4 years, but you get a little tired after going back 10 years. 10 years of quarterly data too. Okay, so here's Coca-Cola. Basically has had no revenue growth for 10 years. It's insane. You want to see what the revenue growth is over the last 10 years? 10, negative this guy, positive this guy, 1%. It's actually 0.6%. How crazy is that? That's the average annual revenue growth for Coke. It is a bond. Let's be real. Without the bond security. When you have a bond, you're getting it off the top. I want my money from the top of the stack, not the bottom. That's called the top stack. I'm not trying to get paid last. I'm trying to get paid first. Senior secured. I mean, they've grown for the last, to be fair, they have grown for the last, they've grown like 2%. Now, what's the discount? So 2 reasons to be bearish. Number 1, fewer people, more robots, for example. Number 2, people eating less. Thank you, Ozempic. I don't know too much about Quantinuum because they don't have any public financials, so we have to sort of wait and see, but they've only lost money, so I don't think you get to eat more on Ozempic. I actually think you eat less. That's the whole idea. I mean, it's not crazy expensive, $62. Oh, I'm going to add this thing to our market maker. Check this out. Watch this. Look at this. Opinion. That's my opinion. 0 means neutral. 1 means more than 0. Here's Coke. What do I do? I'll say 0, I guess. I was looking at Procter. I didn't like Procter. I'm going -1. Walmart, -2. Real bearish there. So if I include my opinions, I'll have the market maker just a little tiny adjustments to. I haven't programmed it accepting that opinion yet, but make a little tiny adjustments. So there's the DDM or discount dividend model, or DCF for Coke. I do think we're cooked. I mean, Coke can't beat inflation. Coke's losing to inflation. On revenue, Coke loses to inflation. Even on cash flow and net income, Coke loses to inflation. Coke's cost of capital is basically zero. I mean, they have to play like everybody else. It's a corporate bond. They have to pay treasuries plus 100 bips. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arvinas failed their primary endpoint. Right? And if Arvinas fails the primary endpoint, they said positive top line results. Eesh, that's a disaster. And they're saying just the mutant population. I mean, the trial did not reach statistical significance and improvement in PFS and ITT. I mean, it's a disaster. How do you get around that? I mean, drug doesn't work. Yeah, well, I know. I'm not down much, but I'm surprised I'm down any. I should be holding these positions maybe a little longer. Maybe for some of them, only down $800. That's not much. That's not too expensive of a lesson. What were we joking yesterday? That's dinner for two at an okay restaurant. I wouldn't be too embarrassed to do that date. Would you? You know, so Coke kind of seems fairly valued. Okay, we can look at Chevron, Accenture, Philip Morris, Abbott, McDonald's, GE. Yeah, I like IVVD. Under $1, it's a pretty good buy. Just got to be patient. These small caps will be all over the place for a long time. It's not like it's some easy, you buy it and it goes up instantly. That'd be nice. I actually rarely look at these just because, I mean, I'd like to, but there's only so much screen real estate. Maybe I'll just keep most open. It's one of the things you kind of can't do on Bloomberg as easily. I just type it when I have time to look at it. Ramaco Resources sounds like that's a coal company. Bioventus, this is a drug company. I'm not sure what they are doing these days. It looks like I should look into that. Could be a short. 673 million market cap. I guess it's a med tech company. Oh, nerve stimulation. Oh, Paymentus Holdings, 4 billion market cap, payment company. Interesting. Endeavor Silver, China Yuchai, the engine company, very volatile. QVC, Guardant Health, XPeng, XPEV, Zeekr, Intelligent Technology Holding. What's a BEV? This is some kind of electrical vehicle. NewScale, Gyre Therapeutics. I haven't looked at that one. Reddit, Pure Play and Avocado. AVO is their ticker. That's hilarious, isn't it? I mentioned Advantage Solutions. Dave & Buster's. All these stocks are down 10 to as much as 23%, or with Arvinas and that Chinese guy down 50%. AppLovin also trading quite a lot, up today, 6%. AMD, 1.4 billion, as well as JP Morgan, Alphabet, Robinhood, Lilly, CrowdStrike, Visa, Verizon, Coinbase, and Taiwan Semi. If you keep most on your screen, you may be able to see cool things. And we're going to be adding cool stuff to most, including most changes within the last 10 minutes or last hour. So you can actually see what's changed the most, not just for today, but just in the last 10 minutes. Be pretty cool to see that, wouldn't it? Bloomberg has it? When did Bloomberg change that? I didn't see that. I don't see that on Bloomberg. What do they have fun? Where do you do that, fun coupons? Is it a menu drop down or? I don't think they have that. But I'll look at it later today and see. And do they have like a arbitrary setting, or it's only like within an hour or something like that? Well, if any, we can just sort price now minus price 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. We should be able to put in how many minutes. Yeah, is it 1 hour or 6 hours, or like you should be able to put even 2 days if you wanted to. But yeah, I'd like to see that fun coupons, and I'll jump on there. Maybe they changed it. As far as I know, nobody offered that, but have to keep innovating. Very few people offer it anyway, one way or another. This is funny. Somebody said I posted a bunch of songs I liked, and somebody's like, "How do you feel that all those bands hate you," or something like that? And I'm like, "Do you mean all the singers who DM me and like invite me out to parties and stuff? Those guys?" It's a lot of projecting. It's like, "No way, my favorite rockers and rappers love you. I'm gonna stop listening to music now. Ugh, I hate that." There's billionaires who have made $1 billion from our old chat from 2015, and I know one of you is gonna make it big in 5 years. How are you gonna become a billionaire in clinical pharma? You gotta be an entrepreneur, homie. It's not that easy. You can't work a normal normie job, become a billionaire. That's okay, you're just a fan. I got it. I have a lot of fans. you know, these haters are mad, but I just call you a fan. That's all you are. Asian drugs could definitely get you to $1 billion. Being the Asian Vivek would be a good idea. I mean, if you're Chinese or you speak Chinese, that would give you a huge leg up, because there's a lot of great Asian drugs being made, including, you know, basically copycat drugs. When I say copycat, I don't mean generics, I mean branded drugs, but rapidly created by Chinese researchers for cheaper. You may not like the sound of that, but that's the sound of excellence. Basically, it's not stealing IP, but it's working around IP. And the Americans did it forever, so it's not like you can hate on the Chinese. You know, so if somebody makes a ADC, you make an ADC too. You make it to the same target they made. You read their patent, say, okay, no problem. I make one too. Next. Look at the problem here with Ford. I'm gonna zoom in, show you guys, show chat. Take a look at Ford. See, the problem with these is you can see, I'll give you 4 decimals. I bought this at 958,185 and sold it at 957,947. So really small difference there. Kind of an interesting dynamic. Oh, look at Illumina. I'm pissed off. Illumina's at 84. I covered it at 89. 15 grand gone for no reason. Well, I lost like 4 or 5 grand. I could have made 10,000 if I just slept a little late today. Oh well, can't think of it that way, of course, but okay. So the app's traded $6 million today, 6.1 million of transactions, but P&L is very low here. It looks like the market's dropping further. P&L for the strategy is down $2,583. Yesterday we were up a small amount. Oh, yeah, eventually I'll put it on GitHub or Godel. Might have to be a Godel sub. We'll figure it out. Get private repo. Maybe it's password protected. I don't know. The telecom companies, Caterpillar. Pinduoduo is the 87th biggest company in the world. Wow. It's amazing. The whole top 100 biggest companies in the world, which you can find on my GitHub. This is all, it's like all tech. ARM, Shopify. You know, market's down 1%. Nothing too crazy here. This is fun. I like looking at the really large caps. I know it might be a little boring for you guys. You want to see some real action. But you know, I don't really want to look at energy, so at least you get that out of the way. And I know some of you guys follow energy. But we need an AMAT model. Stat, Applied Materials, the semiconductor capital equipment company. Okay, so are we all going to agree that we will never look at Saudi Aramco because it's like, it's a Saudi company, first of all, and like we can't, sorry Prompt Bear, I can't make everyone happy. Some people here probably want to see me dance the cha-cha, but I have to do what I want to do, and if you like it, great. If you don't, you don't. And again, I'm sorry, you know. You know, there are people on Wall Street, their whole job is to cover a tiny sector, like 20 stocks. You want to look at everything? Okay, so what's the difference between upstream, midstream, and downstream? Okay, so upstream is E&P. Why is it upstream? What's it upstream of? Because it's the first stage. We looking for oil, we drilling that oil, and we trying to extract that. Midstream is to transport it and store it. We pipeline it, transport it, store it, some small processing. And then downstream is refinery, distribution, marketing. That makes sense. So all the values in upstream, I think. The biggest companies are in upstream. And financials are another thing I don't look at. Is Bank of America bigger than JP Morgan now? No. Okay. Whew. I'll keep JP Morgan on there, but I ain't looking at Bank of America. I'm definitely not looking at some Chinese bank. China. Wells Fargo. Qichao. We could look at Qichao, but I'm not going to look at Agricultural Bank of China. This company's interesting. This is some weird, which country actually, but it's like some weird holding group in, I want to say UAE, it could be Abu Dhabi. And it's like really bizarre holding company that's, I just call it an industrial, but it's International Holding Co. EJC, it's PJSC. I think it's Abu Dhabi. The Samsung we should look at. I think I have a small Samsung model. I can teach you guys how to look at foreign stocks. We could trade foreign stocks tonight. Do you guys want me to go ham? You want me to go ham? We could trade foreign stocks? What do you think? You would love that? Oh man, I don't know if I have enough coffee in this house. I want to go ham. No, I chill. I actually chill at night. I do a little bit of work. I mean, I do a lot of work, but yeah, because this guy, I made my post sort of talking about shorting meme coins, and then the guy made like a reply. But what the guy forgot, it was a little snarky, and what he forgot was that he bet me like 100K on Fartcoin. I said we'd do a swap, and yeah, it's a mark-to-market swap. I'd probably be up 50K or more. So why don't we ask him? We were supposed to settle up. I'm sure he's going to try to get, argue his way out of it. Yeah, it was around here. I mean, you make a bet, you make a bet, you make a bet. He was the one who had to pay up. He was losing. He lost his bet almost immediately. It just started dropping right away. My replies end on the Feb 23rd. Okay, now they're back. I mean, I never would have bothered if he didn't open his mouth about me. I was patting myself on the back. I understand. It's not always a... All right, well, these tweaks to the algo seem promising. Only big bad position is Meta, which I've taken over personally. I'll be handling that position myself. You see how I embarrassed that crypto guy when I told him I'd short Fartcoin? How much do you want to short on my algo? See, people hate it when I do this. What do I do now? Shkreli's calling me out. Hey, bae. I'm gonna need like 5,000 for this thing, bae. What? What thing? Well, what happened was, you know that Shkreli dude? Yeah. Yeah, you know? He that Wu-Tang guy, yeah. Well, what happened was, I can't back down, babe. How that gonna feel for me? You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. They did not meet the primary endpoint, lifting merchant. You have to learn how to read that one. Let me help you out with the reading. Show you. Go to Arvinas.com. Okay, do you guys have any news today? All right, let's see. Propelling the future. Here we go. Arvinas and Pfizer announced positive top-line results from clinical trial. Let's just see how positive they are. Okay, positive top-line results. Anything with primary endpoint? Well, it says achieved its primary endpoint in this population. Well, why did they say that? Why is it only this population? What about the other populations? Maybe they're lying. Let's keep reading. Okay, yeah. Oh, what's this? The trial did not? What's that word? Oh, wait, let me check this out again. Hold on, homie. Let me see if I can read this right. You see that? Can you read that? Let me get your eyes checked. Did not. I can't zoom in that. I can't zoom any more than I can here, but I think this was the primary endpoint. What you can do is you go to the clinicaltrials.gov. If you're ever confused, you can actually go down here and see what the primary endpoint was registered in the government filing. So, you can't lie to the government. You go to jail for that. Primary outcome measure, progression-free survival. Okay, progression-free survival for everyone, I would think. They were saying, well, it's not, it's not everybody. It's just these guys, all right? These guys are doing great. Don't worry about them. How did everybody do? Well, what happened was you didn't know. Yeah, I mean, you got to use clinicaltrials.gov. You got to use a mix of everything. You've seen me do binaries. I like this algo better. SPY down 1.2%. Okay. We're seeing some weakness. Some stocks. Forgetty regretty. Yeah, well, I got Meta now. Lugging this Meta. I do want to add some more positions. The position sizes seem a bit smaller than maybe I'd like. Yeah, maybe I'll bulk it up a little. Oh, my interactive is frozen. So I have too many orders. Aye, that's not good. I mean, the good news is the API is going to keep running. The bad news is I can't see the orders. Make sure you sign up for Godel, guys. If you get any value out of watching me, you made some money shorting IonQ, Rigetti, Cassava, Galectin, anything else, make sure you sign up for Godel. And when I get some free time, I'm going to go through that request list and work on all your stocks personally. But I do think this is a better use of time for now, because I think that I can get you some really cool tools if I perfect this. And I work on this stuff day and night, even when I'm offline. All right. So we're trading 24 different stocks. How many of them are we trading profitably? Right now, 46%. For now, I want to get it, mostly focus on getting it to a sort of a stable situation where I understand and agree with what it's doing. I mean, if I could give you guys that product, a machine that makes money, I think that'd be pretty dope. A lot of people are too greedy and want to keep that for themselves. But I think, like, you know, you just have to understand the strategy of each system. And you can even, like, just simply say, okay, I want this stock in the system, but I don't want these stocks in the system. And I think just that, doing that alone would be light years better than what people try to do. It's pretty hard to beat the market, you know, but if you have a system that's like, okay, my strategy is I'm going to take advantage of the back and forth in this stock. Well, guess what? If you pick a stock and you put it in this basket and it doesn't have a lot of back and forth, it's not going to make any money. It'll lose you money. If it shoots up, you'll be caught having shorted it. If it shoots down, you'll be caught having bought it. And if it doesn't come back, you'll be sitting on that inventory and the program will probably sell it for a loss. Now, if you run a trend following program, the exact opposite will happen. It'll buy the winners and short the losers. You mix trend following with market making, you know, you might get some alpha. Pair trading with leverage, because these are, as you can see, fairly small moves. We've traded 10 million, almost $11 million here, and of that $11 million, we're looking at -4 basis points. So with commission, things like that, I mean, commission here would be around two or so $1,000. So net of commission and net of meta, which is really, I took the meta position and said I'll just keep I'll work it out myself. So commission I can get down either negotiating with Interactive, which see how that goes. I do have friendships, a lot of friendships there, or starting our own broker, which again is a process and pretty expensive, but doable. There are firms that deal only in this type of thing. And then it's also possible that we improve the program substantially. It's obviously possible that we rewrite the program in a faster language so it takes advantage of more, you know, more moves. You can add more stocks to it. There's a lot of things you can do with it. And the dream is you get to a point where, you know, you want some volatility.
Order cancelled.
You don't have any volatility, you know, I'm not sure you can do very well. I like this better. It's kind of going for smaller moves. The Ford thing was also a mistake. It kind of just forced itself into a doom loop on Ford. So that's one that's not going to happen again. Chalk that up to the game. But, you know, you can't just cherry pick the ones that you don't like. The only thing you can do is just say, okay, next time I'm gonna try to avoid something like this, and you hope that you actually helped and didn't hurt. Okay? You could have hurt yourself trying to avoid something.